daripada.
Greatest beers in the world. Paulaner München, or Paulaner Münchner Hell. I had a fucking stein of the Weiss beer stuff, and it's great. Pussy, fuck off, Chris. I'm not downing another beer, I'm saving it. Manic, how's it going? Thank you very much for being here. I would say cheers, but I have drunk it because Chris peer pressured me into drinking the rest of my beer. But I'll raise the glass up for you anyway. I think I should do a promotion. What happens if I send an email to Paulaner? Down one now, or you have to down one every time there's a yellow flag? Look, we'll do that on another stream. Should we do that? I feel like we should do that. We should do an event. I'll have to talk to Jay about this. Where we do a PGR event, but the commentator has to do stuff with alcohol. I think we should do that. You know, and you guys have to make the rules. Like, well, I don't know, we'll have like 10 people get to make a rule, or I don't know, 15 people get to make a rule that the commentator has to do during a race that involves obviously the alcohol. Oh me. And we could do this like, it depends on how many commentators would like to be involved. Oh god, I can't stop now. You know, if 5 commentators want to get involved, then we do Monday, you know, me, Tuesday, Reevski, you know, carries on, so on and so forth. I'd rather watch and drink along. Well, we can do that. We can still do that. We can have an event and we can do a drink along as well. Or we could just do an event where everybody gets fucking smashed. And then we should do a whole PGR stream, a whole PGR event where everybody is drunk. And then we just go from there, including me as the commentary. So, you know, imagine this as the layout. Like, I'm absolutely smashed. There's 20 drivers on the grid, absolutely battered as well. And we just got to get through an entire stream pissed. And obviously with the race as well. We have to get through qualifying and the race pissed. I think we may have to suggest
The
this to
track's
Jay,
pretty
you know.
quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should
think
get
I
out there,
might
get a few
suggest
laps
it.
in.
Manic, you're in the chat. Note this down, or I don't know, what is it? Time clips it. What is? I don't know. I'm not down with you hip kids, man. Damn it. Yeah, you know, just copy this and save it and send it to Jay.
Okay, so remember that the way the car handles is all about weight transfer. When you brake, the centre of mass moves forward. When you
right, so we're back.
Accelerate, it moves rearward, and when you turn in, it's pushed to the outside of the car. The more loads on each tyre equals more grip, so make sure you're smooth with the controls to prevent the weight transfer from becoming too violent.
In the UK. Drinking German beer. So we're on board with Zoltan, the first driver, giving us a lap time around Abu Dhabi. Yas Marina. My F1 knowledge is so bad. Is Yas Marina Singapore? Honestly, what is wrong with me? I think I've had a little bit too much to drink, actually, to be fair. I might be doing a PGR piss thing already. Yeah, it is the Yas Marina. Hi, friend. How's it going, Diablo? I don't have any more beer left, so I am just going to cheers to you. Cheers. I would drink. I have a little bit left. Yes, Marina is Dubai. I knew that. I knew it. I just don't know why I doubted myself. I think Yas Marina is Abu Dhabi and Marina Bay is Singapore, yes. My knowledge, unfortunately, is a little bit different when I've had some alcohol. So, who you have for constructors winner tonight, says Playbox. I don't actually know, because I haven't seen anything. I don't even know where I put my phone, it's right there. Anything regarding at the moment. Bear with. I need to have a little look. Cannot entertain you, says Diablo. It's okay, it's alright, that's fine. We can just do some screen time. The Dalton comes around the final corner now. And he's about to put his arm on the ball with a 124.046 and fast speed for the next one. Let me just have a little look on what the constructors etc. is happening. What is going on? Right, so we are Friday's realistic performance. And so far, so obviously leading, is that realistic? That is realistic one. So we got Crumpets leading the way. Is Crumpets even here tonight? No, he's not even here tonight. So he's leading the way for the Drivers' Championship.
Okay, the forecast looking good for this session. We've got dry weather all the way.
9-1. Then of course Yanni, who has just retired because he's set on a qualifying ban. Then Hassan in P3 with 197, and he is here tonight, and he will be qualifying. So that it's very tight already, and it's only race 9. We've got this one, and then another 3 afterwards. So technically 4 to go. Yes, 4 to go, and it's still very close. Even Scotty in P4 is 174 points. He's not too far behind, you know. And then the constructors, of course, this evening. The Racing Bulls 387 points, Sauber 357, and the Haas 341. Again, still very close. I don't think anybody will be able to clinch it tonight. We have both of the Racing Bulls. We do have both of the Saubers. And what about the Haases? And we both, yeah. So it's still up for grabs. Hello, Wiggy. And why are you using my full name? Instead of, you know, or Fear or hi Dave, you know, instead it's hi David. God, I feel like you're my father. Hello, father. Davidson Dave. Davidson Fear Dave, if you don't mind. Right, so we got Scotty out on a lap. We've also got Stucker as well. I would like to give Stucker some screen time, of course, this evening. So we will go on board with Scotty, who's going past the wall where Latifi pretty much stole the 8th championship away from Lewis Hamilton, but also Max as well.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out to the track.
Around Abu Dhabi. So you may have noticed, and I'm pretty sure all of you F1 fans changing, of course, to the circuit, and a big one is coming up here. Usually we have a left-hand turn into the right and then to the left-hand there, but now we go straight on into the left-hand up, and I really do miss that part of the circuit. Yeah, just round around again before hitting the left and the right-hander before you hit the hairpin. But that is, of course, one of the major changes. It's had to cut out 2 corners in the race now, and of course in qualifying as well. And we are coming up to one very shortly here. This used to be, so obviously you have the starting point kind of lane here, and this used to be, you come down and it's the left, right, left, a little bit of a straight, and then the left, to where Scotty has just exited now. I don't know whether I'm a little bit disappointed that they got rid of that, but I think it was more entertaining. But now it's a blonde bend. You saw Lewis Hamilton get past George Russell in the PGR race for the Mercedes there. I just think it's very free, very open for the drivers to get past. I think they should have kept it the same, but maybe for entertainment reasons they changed it. Scotty goes third fastest with a 1:24.246. I'll give Brenda quicker. Coming around the final corner now. He goes quickest with a 1:23.835. Very impressive time from him in the Sauber. Kept on a second quicker on Babs, of course, in those 2010 tyres. I noticed that a lot of the drivers have not opted, if not, well, I say a lot of the drivers, all of them, have not opted to go for the medium compound tyres because it is a qualifying session. And it's a full qualifying session. So I don't know why they haven't gone for the mediums. Maybe they would prefer to use the soft. Not entirely sure why, unless the medium tyre is just completely useless around this circuit. It doesn't, there's no point. So everybody just decided to go full on. There you go, have some soft compound tyres. Crowder comes around the final corner now. He goes third fastest with a 1:23.956. And then of course Diablo, our good friend, our lovely friend, he's also lovely.
And we've dropped to P12. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We've got top out on the lap in the Alpine. He's going to sector 1. Trying to get away from him. Down 125 on Friday evening. And there is no shaking on the way. He is going, he is full speed, he is rapid. So far so good from
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
assist, a 1:23.968. Yeah, I think maybe that 1:23 is going to be the curfew here. That's what we've got to do to get through. But so far, obviously, to get through, it's a 1:24.3. So we'll have to find out. Reevski, look at that. He's here, but he's not in the stream. He hasn't even said hello. I can't believe it. So I'm going to have to move on. Plevanch, fastest overall with a 1:23.824 in the Haas car. By literally 11 thousandths of a second quicker than Stuka. Absolutely incredible. So we've got Rumsky coming around the final corner now. We also have
okay, our best lap so far, 1:24.3. Okay, we're 12th in the speed trap, 205.4 miles per hour.
24.083. Yeah, Matt's just come into the pits. Famous Wayne has just begun his lap here, the Aston Martin. Chaz Knight Rider then coming around the final corner for the McLaren, teammate of Matt F1 UK. He crosses the line and he goes from P16 to P12. So not safe, but there is a lap on the board. Wayne with a 1:24.796. This is not looking like he's improving on this lap. Spec a 1:33.097. He's definitely going for it again, you can see. And we're going to stay on board with Spec, I think, in the Ferrari, just to see how he gets along. He's got the McLaren there for a little bit of a tow, but not really. He's going 2 seconds quicker, so this is only a 1:31. We're going to have to stay on board whether he can.
Okay, you've got 5 minutes left in this session.
On this time or not, but he is improving. He is improving very quickly as well. But we got to stay on board for the rest of the lap just to see where he puts his car, because for some reason, like I said, it was 2 seconds quicker, but that's a 1:31. So not entirely sure what's going on. There we go, 7 seconds. So we're at least, what, in the 1:23s, 1:24 territory now. God, it's so gassy, man. I think I've got to sip it next time. Intronsic has retired from the session. Unsure why. Is he serving a qualifying ban too? The Ferrari then of Spec comes around the final corner. Very smoothly done around the circuit, going quicker by every corner, and goes to P2, 1:23.832. Very impressed with his time, as Stuka and Trouser have both retired. They believe they're safe, as does Tuck. We're on board with Reevski in the Mercedes. The rest is in the pits. Hassan's still in the pits in the bottom 4. So technically, drivers in the elimination zone as it stands is better than Hassan. And then the driver at risk is this man here, Reevski. However, purple in sector 2. He's going through sector 3 now in the Mercedes. Let's see what he can do. Can he go quickest overall? Can he take that top spot away from Plevanch? Has he got the guile to do it, you know? He'll get himself out of that bottom 4. Well, essentially now the bottom 2. But let's see what Reevski can do. Comes around the final corner now. The Mercedes to take the checkered flag. Only P14. I say the checkered flag, it's not out yet. We still have a while left of Q1, but Reevski only P14, so he's really going to have to save the power and go for it again. I don't think he's going to make it, you know. He's running out of fuel. He's got to come in and then go back out again. I don't think he's
okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Famous Wayne has come back out. He's now driver at risk, so he can go quicker or quicker. Boston is out, and Hassan will be coming out as well. Hoping it all goes right. He might knock out Reevski. He is driver at risk because Boston went 13th fastest, so he can improve. So now, technically, it's Hassan and Wayne to improve. Reevski, I don't think, can improve. I think that is it for him.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P12.
Whether Reevski is playing, I'm not too sure, but he might be playing for Wayne and Hassan to invalidate somewhere and not get anything in and hope, like I said, that he can stay into qualifying into Q2. So Scotty retired, this is Rumsky. So I think the time looks like, I think they're safe if you're up to where Matt up on the tails, but you need to get into the 124.2 to be able to get through. So Hassan's out on his outlap. Thomas Lane is out on his outlap. Chaz Ruski's obviously gone because of he couldn't improve from that P14 and was running out of fuel as well. So we've got Wayne, we've got Chaz. So let's go with Chaz Night Rider then. So this is basically the battle of survival here. Chaz, Wayne, Hassan, definitely involved here, Brasco and Matt. So we're going to go towards the end here, or towards the back of the qualifying, just to see who finishes where. Chaz so far showed good, didn't really see the one time, and it also had the Aston Martin right behind him getting a big tow as well. Hassan there going through sector one, so this is literally
30 seconds left in the session.
last lap. We also got Beston there out on the left-hand Brasco, of course, as Zoltan though quickest with a 123.674. Matt in 20k going through sector one as well. So there's Chaz there in sector three going quickest in sector two. So he is improving, and this will be a major improvement. So let's see.
And we've dropped to P12.
Capable of doing this live. Very good stuff in there. But here, sorry, P14 is the best thing you can do. And Aston Martin from Thomas Lane has him validated, so that is him knocked out. So Chad will be safe, but he doesn't need to be safe anyway. He's in P2. Hassan is going quickest in sector 2 in the Williams. So if he invalidates now, that is it for him. However, this should be a very good lap. This should be a flyer of a lap if he can cross the line and keep this all together, of course, which he does. Look, half the wall that was occupied by Nicholas Latifi. So Thomas Wayne has been knocked out, but for how much longer? Here comes Hassan. Sorry, I meant Reefski. Yeah, there we go. Hassan goes P8, so that means Thomas Wayne has been knocked out, as has Reefski. Two drivers obviously in front of Yanni, both in set time serving qualifying band. So the four drivers that are getting knocked out are Yanni, Intronsic, Thomas Wayne and Reefski. Mercedes, Aston Martin and Kick Sauber. And Betten, he survives. I was going to say just about survives, but he doesn't. He doesn't get that comment. He doesn't get a just survive. He did survive, and he's in P15 with a 124.420. That was the time to beat for the bottom four. That wasn't enough, of course, for Reefski and Thomas Wayne. And they are out. Reefski out, Sebastian washed. He is washed. I don't know what happened really. I think he left it too late. Didn't get the momentum going for him. Yeah, and he ran out of fuel. He had about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, something like that. So I think, you got to come out a little bit earlier. I know you want to preserve those tyres and only do a couple of laps, but, you got to get out there and do something. So Zoltan, P1, Chaz P2, Playbunch P3, Spec P4, Stucker P5, Bab P6, Brasco P7, Diablo P8, Hassan P9, Trouser P10, Tap P11, Rumsky P12, Scotty P13, Matt P14 and Betten in P15. They all progress to Q2 as Reefski, Thomas Wayne and Tronzik and Yanni in the Mercedes, Aston Martin, Hassan Sauber get knocked out of Q1. Please let it rain. I want to see who goes through. I think I am getting a cold, Right, so Q2 is on the way. Here we go, 15 minutes. The timer is ticking down, which is good. Nobody has gone for the mediums. Everybody is on the hards. So who's going to treat us? You know what? I'm going to have a little bit of a layback
OK, Pilkins, hand it over.
What's sir? It's just a bit of fizzy orange.
Don't play dumb with me. It's Tango Orange. Most powerful flavour on the street. Send him to the hole.
He's completely tangoed!
Get back to yourselves!
Get tangoed.
Okay, it's pretty quiet on track. We should consider getting out there now.
Days. When you've done enough, 3 weeks.
No short qualifying tonight, my friend. Where are you in here? Oh, you're P14.
The report's good. We're looking at a dry session.
Oh, I now understand. See, my brain could not compute it. 3 sets down. You used all 3 of your tyres. Oh, man. That sucks. It's okay. We can deal with it. It's all right. Let's not panic here, guys. I'm trying to find the driver who is front now. It's Plevanch. That's who we're trying to go on board with. Plevanch is the first driver that is giving us a lap.
If you start to suffer from oversteering, and let us have a look at the setup. You'll get oversteer if the rear tyres lose grip before the front. Usually this will be coming from a lack of rear downforce or an overly stiff rear suspension, but a little tweak with negative camber or toe-in can also help with this.
20 mile an hour instead of 30. But so far, so good. Testing the track limits though, trying to get that extra speed, of course, to straighten up that car as he comes around the long left-hand bend. Whoa, almost losing control of the car as well there. You can see the back end not really responding to the way that he turned into that corner, but managed to get round, of course, no problem. And of course doing a very good job navigating his way through under the bridge. Again, testing the limits there with the track limits, but doing a very good job here. Gets a lot of curb there on the entrance and on the exit, just as you want as you straighten up the car. At 124.170, that's not going to be quickest for pole, but it is at the moment. However, Trouser takes the party no problem. 123.937. Stuka a 124.498, Diablo a 124.936, and Tuck with a 124.663. Rumsky a 124.007. He is Mr. Bond. Next across the line will be one of the Ferraris, and I believe it will be Spec. So he crosses the line and goes 5th fastest with a 124.558, and Betten, his teammate, goes quickest with a 123.739. So a very quick time from him. Scotty is out on the lap, as is Chaz. We've got Matt F1 UK and Babs. Here comes Babs coming around the last couple of corners. Hits the final one now. Gets a lot of curve on the exit from P9. Goes to 8 with a 124.674. Matt F1 UK in the McLaren crosses the line now from P10 to P5. A 124.244. Another lot of fours there, but doing a very good job. Whoa, Scotty testing his limits with the wall there. Don't know if he got any damage or not, but didn't really seem settled in the car coming around the corner. But goes to P8. I don't think that's going to be his fastest time. I'm sure he can improve. He'll go back out and obviously go for it again. A little mistake cost him a bunch of time, and I'm sure he could have gone a lot quicker than that. So,
Check's complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Sort of 5-6 minutes. Chaz comes around the final corner now in the McLaren. Can he join his teammate inside the top 5, crosses the line and goes P4? So yes, he can. However, Matt gets dropped down to 6. also P4 of course, Trevor in P5, so Chaz with a 124.117 goes to P4, Scotty trying to obviously get to the 60 as quick as he can. We have Zoltan out on a lap. I don't know whether he's on fresh or used, but he said all three sets are gone, so I'm assuming he's on used tyres, which will be a very difficult thing for him to get through.
Okay, we've dropped into P14 now. Right, that's us pushed down into P15. Less than one lap of fuel left now, the tank's pretty much empty. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Maybe change those tyres, or maybe just use those tyres and go for it if he's still at risk. Although we say the driver at risk is P10, still because your P9 has not been replaced, the same as P8, the same as P7, same as P6, you know, the guys from P15 to P11 could whack in some incredible time that will knock you guys out, so you're not safe until you are safe, and that is at the end of the session, of course. Scotty has come out and he has begun his lap, of course, the last lap we saw him do. Unfortunately, he did make a mistake, had a little bit of an error. Stucker is now driver at risk.
Right, so our best lap so far, 1 minute 24.2.
1:23.379. That pushes Scotty into the elimination zone. Zoltan going through sector 2, Babs also going through sector 3, 5/10 quicker, so this will be at 1:24.1 if he can hold this on, and this is capable of a P7, P6 time. So let's see, going under the tunnel now, getting every corner absolutely spot on.
We're 15th in the speed trap, 205.3 miles per hour.
Absolutely adamant that you get everything right to be able to improve, and they're doing that with every corner. P3, I said P7 or P6, I was miles out. P3 with a 1:23.615, very impressive time from him. He is safe as Stucker is now in the elimination zone with Scotty, Zoltan, Tuck and Diablo. Scotty will be next across the line, hoping to get into Q3. So let's see what he can do. Here comes around the final corner. Can he get himself into that top 10? Yes, he can. He's only in P6. Remember, he's not safe as of yet. Zoltan on those medium compound tyres with a 1:23.880. A great time, but again, still not safe as of yet. Anything can happen, of course. So you really, really want to watch out, because these guys can produce a time that can get themselves into that top 10 into Q3, but we just need to see it. Tuck, he is in that elimination zone. A 1:24.663 is not quite there. He needs to find some time from somewhere if he wants to be able to join the top 10, and of course his teammate Trouser in that top 10 as well. So a double Alpine into Q3
Standing by.
to their standard. So let's see what Tuck can do. Comes around the final couple of corners now. That's the one, and that's the last one here. And he is going to cross the line from P14 to P5. So he's joined his teammate, however, he's pushing his teammate further down, which means that he is at risk, of course, because we still have the ammo, we still have the quicker, which are Morasco, Matt and Hassan, all capable of going quicker here. So I think it may be, to wipe this, time to wipe the sweat off the forehead there, as Dad retires. So he feels like he's done enough. We're on board with Matt, he's coming around.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13. Do the job better and serve their players over here. All the other players, second drivers to Max. And that's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Sit alongside Max for second, 15. We've got Clipper out on the lap as well with Brasco. Matt when you play in sector 3, so you do need to see what he's got to do to get himself through. He's got a little bit of a toe there from Hassan. Okay, it looks a lot closer from this angle, so Matt F1UK, P10, so he is through for now. He is a driver at risk, but he has pushed his teammate Chaz into the elimination zone. However, Chaz, if he's going
down into P14.
So let's see what he can do. Can he get himself out of the elimination zone? Brasco from P14 goes P4, pushes Scotty into the elimination zone, and he is out of Q2. We have got Stuka, who goes P9 with a 123.738. He is safe. We have got Matt and Hassan trying to get out of the elimination zones. Diablo, he has been eliminated. Matt has been eliminated. What about Hassan, the last driver in the elimination zone? Can he knock out Betten from P10? He can! And he just about saved Stuka there as well in P10. But that means Betten has been eliminated with Diablo in the Red Bull, Scotty in the Aston Martin, Zoltan in the Visa Cash App car, and Matt F1 UK in the McLaren. Whoa, by 0.001. Look at the times. That is insane. Stuka, my friend, you have made it into Q3, but by the skinniest. I don't even know if you can say that. It's just so tiny. 123.738 for Stuka, a 123.739 for Betten. That is how close it was. Wow, wow, wow. These guys. He says easy, Stuka, easy. Oh, yeah, I believe you. Was never worried. Right, so Spec P1, Plevance P2, Chaz P3, Brasco P4, Rumsky P5, Trouser P6, Bab P7, Tuck P8, Hassan P9, and Stuka P10. He was on used tyres, mate. He made a mistake, says Yanni. Oh, shot. So that means Betten P11, Diablo P12, Scotty P13, and Zoltan P14, and Matt F1 UK down in P15 have been eliminated. So it is now the top 10 shootout, full pole position, of course. So let's see who is brave enough, tough enough, strong enough, quick enough to take P1 into this 29-lap race in Abu Dhabi this evening. So we have got the timer ticking down fairly soon. It's calming down. Coming eventually. There we go. 12 minutes to go of the session then, so everybody should be coming out to set their lap time pretty much ASAP. What's the pole prediction? I reckon Plevance will take it, says Spec. That is not a bad shout, to be fair, but we do have, I reckon, a couple of surprises here that could potentially take pole position. You know, Stuka, I wouldn't say is a surprise, to be fair. I would say he's definitely up there because he did produce a lap time in Q2 that was a 123.7 or a 123.8, something like that. That was P2. So I think he is definitely one to watch for pole position this evening. And of course, I think Trouser will be there as well. Bro, you beat me in Q2.
Track's pretty empty right now, lots of space.
No, it doesn't matter. He's predicted you to go pole. He's predicted you to go pole. See, he has faith in you. I have faith in you too, Plevance, but I'm just giving out my, you know, my list of people I think are going to give us something. But you know what? I'm going to jump on that bandwagon as well. I think Plevance is going to take pole as well. I'm just hyping you up here, says Spec. No pressure. No pressure at all, mate. So, Spec, you're saying pole position for Plevance. I'm saying pole position for Plevance. If this comes down to the wire, where it's going to be you, Spec, who takes pole and Plevance takes P2, I'm going to be very, very, well, I wouldn't say annoyed, but it would be very humorous. Oh, I would be very, I don't know what the correct word, the correct term is. But I wouldn't be annoyed in that. I would be very, I don't know. My brain is not functioning this evening and it's very bizarre. I can't even think of the word. But, yeah, Spec to take P1 and Plevance P2, that would be very odd. But we have predicted Clever for pole position. But keep an eye out, of course.
Okay, guys, everyone be aware, the car's ready to go.
And for Skipper as well. We do have a lot of drivers here this evening that can still take pole, you know. We've still got Truck, we've still got Rumsky, Brasco, Sajad, Hassan and Bao. You know, they are all capable of getting pole position this evening. But we do predict that Clever is going to take pole position. So let's see if we can do it. As we go on board the Skipper. Here's the first outfit, that's why we're covering him. You know what, I'm going to reword what I said. I was trying to look for a word. I will be wearing something expecting to run but I would laugh. That is how I do phrase it. I would laugh, expect to finish ahead of Clever, considering he predicted it, although they're both qualifying together, so yeah, Sticker in P7 for the pit salvo, of course. This is the first driver out on the screen, so don't panic. We have 8 minutes before left of the session, and this is the first official lap time, of course. Braking well into that right hand. I thought you would have let it a little, glide a little bit there. Maybe the cornering was a bit wrong, a bit off, but usually you could let it go. And he looks like he's fighting the car a lot there, like he's having to force it to stop. A 124.2, definitely not what I would expect from the Sticker. The same with Chaz, if I'm totally honest, the 124.2 there. Rumsky with a 123.479, that's going to take some boosting. Truck with a 123.714. Bam hasn't validated his lap time. Clermont's then a 123.479 is the quickest time to beat. That's what I'm saying, how you drive around that right-hander there. We saw Sticker kind of tap the brakes there, so maybe again it was the correction of the steering wheel that put him off balance going around the corner, so the car was strong. But yeah, cool, just a little Tokyo drift there. And he goes 3-2 with the 123.682, 2 tenths slower than Rumsky, but still there. He is still up for contention, of course, for pole position. But provisional pole is going to execute in the Mercedes so far. We've got Brasco out on the circuit as well, going through sector 2, 17.6 going into sector 1. We've got Hassan and Bab in the pits. Spec is out on a lap. He's going through sector 1 and 12 as well. Has just begun his out lap. But we are on board with Brasco. Yellow flag sector 3. That is the McLaren. He's going very slow. Has he run out of fuel? I think he ran out of fuel. Brasco then, going through sector 3. He keeps missing those times. But so far so good for the Visa Cash Out man. Absolutely storming those corners. And testing those track limits. You want to see how close they get to that white line. It's just, that should be validated, but it's not. They get very close to it, that's all I'm saying. There, you see how close the back wheel is, the front and the rear of the right tire. It was very close.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Risking the validation there. Brasco goes P4 with a very good time. As we move on to Spec in P10, Brasco by the way at 124.132. Let's see what he can do. He predicted Clever to go provisional pole. However, Spec beat him in Q2 of course. So let's see what Spec has got up his sleeve. Quickest overall with a 123.062. Spec cracks under pressure. There's very much. No, I don't think you cracked under pressure. Only P3, that's not too bad. A 123.062 though, that's 4 tenths quicker than Rumsky. I don't think anybody's beating that. Spec, I think you've taken my position, my friend, because that is rapid. I really don't see anybody beating that. Rumsky, I thought, wasn't really going to be contended. Even if he was beaten, which obviously he has, but even if he wasn't beaten, I wasn't expecting him to be beaten by almost half a second. So, Rumsky and Clever, you've both got to find at least 7 or 8 tenths from somewhere, and that's going to be very difficult.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
We do have Babs here, and we also have Crowder as well going through sector 3. That was a fresh though, not only from the other system. Well, we could... Who knows? Trouser P3, 123.668. So, Pledge, were you on used tyres? Just to answer my question about Spec's answer, of course. But were you on used tyres or were you on new soft compound tyres? Bad Ben in P9 as well, going through sector 2. We need to see what he's doing. 52.368 for him, and it's purple, so that is a personal best for him, of course. Him and his teammate are the only two yet to set a time on the board. 4 minutes left of the session.
Right, our best lap so far, 1:24.1. We're 9th in the speed trap, 204.9 miles per hour.
29 laps instead of like 39. So Babs then in the Williams comes around the final corner now, and from P9 he goes P3 with a 1:23.501. So again, who are you? Plevanch, come on my friend, you're here. Were you on used or were you on
Okay, the
fresh?
forecast looking good for this
Soft
session.
compound
We've got
tyres
dry
for
weather
that
all the
time,
way.
23.6. Because Spec set that time on fresh tyres, and we're assuming that you set that time on used tyres. You know what? I'm going to have some Coca-Cola. Trousers coming for the pits. Bab has set his time, obviously, P3. Some weird combinations going on. Oh, that's some good Coca-Cola. So everybody pretty much in the pits. Bab has just invalidated. You saw him go across the circuit like a madman. Hassan is still the only one yet to set a time on the board, but he usually does this.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
He did come out early, and now he's come out extremely late. And this is Q3 where it matters the most. You know, one little invalidation, and that's it. He's starting a P10. Maybe he's got that much confidence, which I'm sure he does, and I have full faith in Hassan. You know, he has so much confidence that he can smash out time, and he'll be alright. So, you know, let's see. Let's see what he can do. Bab retires, third fastest thus far with a 1:23.501. We've got stuck around a lap as is cut for both on and out laps. So everybody is now going to start coming out of the pit to start a warm-up lap or warm-up with the tyres
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Happy place. When you've done enough, reroute.
Watch more of your team. Sky Sports is going up from 128 to 215 Premier League matches this season. Welcome to the show.
Finishing my prep for LEC finals.
Explore over 30 hotel brands in legendary destinations with Marriott Bonvoy.
Rumsky P2, Plevance P3, Hassan P4, Hulkenberg, which is Stuka, in P5. You've got to change your name. Bab P6, Trouser P7, Tuck P8, Brasco P9, and Chaz in PT? Ooh, P10. GG, mate, says Plevance. Well done to Spec. Very good lap time of 1:23.0. Very close, very close. Rumsky did get close to taking the pole position, but not close enough. So 29 laps then are about to begin here in Abu Dhabi for the Power Grid Racing League, race number 9 of season 11, with me, otherwise known as Dave, for the Friday's Realistic Performance Div 1. That was not scripted, that was just boom, rambling, got it absolutely perfect, superb, look at me, professional. You're going to get this anywhere else? Maybe not. So click on the Theory Raptor stream and you'll get it absolutely perfect every single stream. I mean, it's not going to be perfect every single stream, but if you do click on this stream and you came into that particular moment about me just rambling on about the PGR and then me being perfect, absolutely smashing on it.
We're not expecting any changes to the weather today. It should be dry throughout. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. Let's focus now for the rest of the race. Okay, DRS is now available. Okay, clear. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Right, let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Tyre condition still looking good. ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it. You're putting good distance between yourself and the car behind. Nice move, good job. slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum. If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 19.7 seconds. flag. Green flag. Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, good work, great pass. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 11.1 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 20.9 seconds. Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. And gap to the car in front, 8.9 seconds. Final lap, push, push. I can't speak. Okay, clear.